Okay, for this video, I'll show you how to log into the TalentEd Perform system and take care of your goal setting form so you can let the administration know what your professional goals are for the year. Again, for this one, I hope you have everything set up for your login. You know what the page is to access this. You set up your username and you've got your own password. I'm going to log in as this fake teacher again. And immediately it takes me to my home page, which shows me the tasks I've got and the things that need to be done. This one that we're going to work on is task number 3 for a series, the goal setting form. Much like the paper forms we've used in the past, this will look very, very similar. But to get this process started, I'm going to click on Go to Form, and it will bring up a few boxes that have the same areas of information we had on the paper forms in the past. So let's fill this out and say Teacher 1 is teaching grades 9 through 12, basket weaving. The date we're filing this is today. And the growth goal, let's move this down just a little bit. Become proficient in using GAFE, and that means Google Apps for Education in the classroom, specifically Google Docs. Okay, so I've got a goal here, something kind of specific that I can work on this year. The next box, which standard is this going to be applying to? And pretty sure this is going to end up being standard 3 or 4 for most people. It could be planning and preparation. Google Apps is probably not going to be a learning environment, but most of you are going to have a standard 3 instructional goal. So we'll mark that for this one because it's stuff that I would want to be doing with students in the classroom. What activities or steps will be taken for this? Well, I'm going to attend all the Google School sessions at HHS, research, instructions, videos on using Google Docs with students. Okay, those are the activities that I'm going to take care of this year. Some of them are going to be structured, like the Google sessions, and then others are going to be things I'm looking up on my own. What resources will I need for this? Well, I'll need a computer. I'm going to need, besides that, internet access. Perhaps some peer coaching or advice. Maybe there's a conference or a workshop that I'll end up going to as well. The next box, what artifacts or documentation am I going to provide? What I can do is share Google Docs with admin that are used in there we go, classroom. And maybe I also want to get some feedback from kids. So survey students on the use of Google Docs in the classroom. So this is a little bit of information about how I'm going to prove I'm becoming more proficient. And then for my deadline or my timeline, you could do something for first semester, but I'm going to recommend we say May 1 of 2015. Gives you the entire year to work on building these skills. Don't worry about anything that is below this. When you're done with that time and deadline, go down to Save and Submit and click on that. Again, it will bring up a dialog box like in the signing off for acknowledgments and say, do you want to lock this in and continue with the process? Yes, I do. It will submit it and say, yay, you've submitted your goal setting form. Now if you notice, it takes you back to your home page and there is something on this icon that wasn't there before. Looks like a pin that says there is stuff that is on here and it has now been started. In order for me to show you what is going to happen with this next, I'm going to actually have to log out and log in as the principal of this individual so that it can be approved and sent back for your signature. So I'm going to log out of this. I'm logging back in. This time I'm going to log in as the principal 1 for this individual. And that will bring me to, here's all the individuals that principal 1's responsible for. And here's something that will be the same in your pages as well. When there's something that needs your attention, up in the signatures box up here, you'll notice a little red icon that tries to capture your attention saying, hey, here's something to look at. So if I click on this, it'll tell me what do I need to be looking at, what's been filed or submitted. And I can see that the goal setting form from Teacher 1, who's on the tenured teacher evaluation system, could be probationary as well, has been submitted. So I need to approve that. If I click on this as the principal, it will show me all the things that you put in here. 912 basket weaving, want to become better at Google Docs, how am I going to do this, how am I going to prove it, what's my deadline. And so administration looks over all of this, says, okay, looks good, and will approve it. Now this is no longer something that needs my attention as a supervisor, so it is set up here where I can sign off on it, or actually it's going to require a signature from you again. So I will log back in as Teacher 1. This is the view that you would see. If you notice now up here, since something's been approved and sent back to you in the signatures box, there's that little notification. So I'm going to click on that, and it will say, oh, the goal setting form that I submitted has been sent back to me by the administration. So I'm going to sign off on that if I agree with everything. And it'll bring up your goal setting form with all that information you put in there and show that it has been completed by you and approved by the administration. And now this is going to look familiar. There is a signature line and a place for you to put your teacher name right here. This is your digital signature on this as well. So put your teacher name in this one. If you have some comments, you can put them in there and then submit this, and it is saved and actually sent back to the administration. So that is what you need to do for this one. I'll log back out and show you how it looks on principal side. You can see I've got something that needs my attention as an administrator. I click on that. What is it? The goal setting form has been signed and sent back to me. So now I'm actually going to be able to sign this. And I can see where 912 basket weaving, it's been signed off by everybody, completed, and signature, teacher name's in there. So if I keep going down, here's where this administration will sign off and say, good, we've got a goal setting form ready to go. We'll click on submit, and that particular thing is gone. So here's what it looks like on the teacher side. You'll notice that now there's nothing with the goal setting form here because that's been completely taken care of. You as a teacher have submitted it, the administration has approved it, sent it back to you to get a signature, and administration has signed off on it, so it's no longer a task in need of your attention. So that's how we take care of the goal setting form.